Okay, what's going on, Village? To make dash, and welcome back to the mansion. I managed to fix my scrolling ability. It turns out you just have to click on the flash, and not anywhere like in the sort of narration area. So yeah, all right, we died, so we have to go back, and let's try to take some gold.
Trixie
That
dares
not
to
a
scoop
lot.
herself up just a little bit of gold before moving on. Twilight scolds Trixie for being greedy, but Trixie does not care.
So we have 55 bits,
but you lose 1 karma.
Oh, we lost a karma. Okay, so I'm not sure what bits or karma are going to do in here. Like, what are we going to be able to redeem bits for? Alright, let's continue.
Choosing to leave the treasury on the other side, Trixie and Twilight are faced with 2 directions to choose from. Will you go left or right?
This place looks familiar. I'm thinking... But it's probably not. It's probably they just reused the picture. Let's go right.
Pressing right, the girls enter into a new room with 3 doors on either side to choose from. One of the doors possesses a placard reading bathroom, whilst the others remain nameless. Will you go into the bathroom, the forward door, or the right door?
I could use a bathroom break. Why not?
Entering into the bathroom, the girls find nothing but a dead end. Suddenly, a moaning emanates from outside. The monster is here. What will they do? Will you stay put, go outside to investigate, or hide in the bathtub, or the toilet?
Alright, I'm back. I was interrupted for a family meeting. Okay, so... Unfortunately, the moaning is not Myrtle, it is the monster. I also have a Popscicle, that I got during the meeting. Why did the cat want to become a nurse? I'll start thinking of the answer now. I'll reveal it. I don't know. I'll reveal it when I finish the Popscicle. Okay, so we can either stay put, go outside to investigate, hide in the toilet, or hide in the bathtub. Hide in the bathtub.
The girls take to the bath and pull the curtain across to hide. As the shadows burst in, Trixie can't help but feel an odd sensation at her back end. The monster struggles to search for the mares in the bathroom, and as Trixie continues to disappear down the plug hole, she quells the desperate urge to squeal and screech in panic at what is happening to her.
So it appears Trixie is being sucked down the drain. Okay, that's not good. Alright, let's continue.
Trixie feeds down through the pipes until finally forming out the other end, falling into a pool below. Twilight follows soon after and plunges in with her, but before they can make sense of what is happening, they feel their bodies beginning to change. Out of the bathtub and into the swimming pool.
The only thing I have to say is, shoo-be-doo, shoot-shoot-be-doo. I need to bring Sea Ponies back in Season 5. Alright, let's continue.
Spewing bubbles of air into the water as they change, Trixie and Twilight scream and flail back and forth, helpless as their legs all recede into their bodies, transforming into something new. Game over.
Alright, we have to go back. Alright, so let's do so. I can't go back any farther than that.
Spewing bubbles of air into the water.
I just have to take a game over. I have to go back to the beginning.
Sleeps peacefully in the caravan.
Alright, in that case, turn off narration. I don't want it. I've already heard this before. So we just have to continue. Let's try this again. We only got... God, shut up. Okay, so we used the key and we used the key last time. We didn't get to use the necklace or the jewels. So let's take those this time. And let's go to the left.
Trixie swiftly takes to the left corridor as the shadow bears down on her, swerving to continue its chase. She leaps into the room at the end of the hallway and slams the door shut, backing away from it. The distant groaning gently ceases, the shadow apparently having given up. Trixie looks around the room and finds herself in a gallery. Paintings of ponies line the room in ornately crafted frames.
And apparently
her attention is drawn to one particular painting, a beautiful work of art depicting a country scene, but apparently missing its subject with an empty spot for a character focused on in the foreground. Inspect the painting.
Alright, I finished my Popscicle actually. So the answer to why did the cat want to become a nurse is it wanted to be a first aid, or it wanted to be a first aid kit. Yeah, it's bad, I know, but at least it wasn't as obvious as my brother's. His was what did the tick say to the clock? The answer is, what are you talking about? Alright, throw that in my little trash can. Alright, sure, why not? Let's inspect the painting.
Trixie
it might be useful.
Whoa! By the painting. Game over.
Wow, okay, so that was, so she's gonna be the character then. So, that was a quick game over. got some daring do in the background. Nice. And I guess it's a Sakura or Applejack or something. Other thing. All I want to know is what is her name, her quest, and her favorite color. Alright, let's go back and not inspect the painting.
Trixie ignores the painting and carries on. Upon passing the hallway, she enters into a plain room with 3 more doors. On one door, a placard reads Greenhouse, whilst the other 2 doors remain nameless. Which door will you take?
Sure, let's take the greenhouse, since it's named.
Trixie trots to the door marked Greenhouse and tries the handle, but it does not budge. There appears to be no lock on the handle or any bolts of sorts sealing the door. Her detailed inspection leads her to discover 4 bits lying on the floor besides the door. Trixie turns back to face her other 2 options. You get 4 bits. Will you go through the forward door or the right door?
Alright, so we got 4 bits. I'll take them, I suppose. Yeah, not sure what the point of them is, so we can then go to the forward door or the right door. Let's go with the forward door.
Trixie presses on through the door and trudges down the long, featureless corridor. It seems to go on forever, and Trixie begins to grow weary, her hooves growing heavier with each step. Finally, the end comes and Trixie pushes the door open, entering into another unremarkable room, save for a roaring fireplace. She feels the need to press on, but her hooves ache immensely. Do you want to rest?
Okay, this time we're in a room and a gallery apparently, and not, in fact, in the middle of a hallway, so let's rest.
Trixie pauses for a moment before allowing her body to fall, comfortably tucking her legs beneath herself. As she recuperates, she can't help but notice that there's something different about this particular room. Perhaps something is missing, something that would make resting so much more comfortable. As if the room had read her mind, Trixie attempts to stand to investigate what this missing quality is when she looks back on herself. She instantly realizes what it was, gazing in terror as her back end has begun to flatten into a rather velvety-looking rug. Game over.
Oh no! What is happening with her mouth, though? Okay, resting was bad. Let's not rest.
Trixie continues through what seems to be the only other door remaining, but before she enters, she notices a tear in the wall besides the door where a play card might go. Narrowing her eyes,
oh my god, this narrator pronouncing play card.
Of the engraving before, reading Observatory. A smaller chamber meets her as she enters, lined with many steps heading upwards in a spiral. She begins to climb them, her previous weariness suddenly elevating itself with each step of progress.
Alright, I was interrupted yet again. Okay, so let's continue.
Trixie ascends the seemingly unending stairs until finally a door presents itself, yet there are more stairs spiraling upwards. Continue up the stairs, or take the door.
We took the door last time, and we're starting to be less tired, so let's keep climbing.
Completely tiring herself out, Trixie finally reaches the end of the spiral. Quietly nudging open the trapdoor at the top reveals a tall, expansive room with enormous glass panels, and beside them, a large, impressive telescope pointing out into the night sky. Look into the telescope.
That background is just taken exactly from the Friendship's Magic Part 1. Right? My curiosity is going to get the better of me. Let's look in the telescope.
Upon closer inspection of a chart laying beside the device, there appears to be huge, large, familiarly shaped stars in the constellations above. Checking back and forth, Trixie can't seem to find them for the life of her, these stars huge and clearly unmissable. As Trixie takes the chart and turns away, allowing the moonlight to fall on it better as she continues to examine it, it is only at this point do these missing stars become apparent. As Trixie peers into the expansive night sky, a twisted, hungry magical device begins to collect the end of Trixie's snout to finally complete the chart's constellations. Game over.
So it seems like curiosity is not really rewarded in this this whole choose your own adventure thing. That's our key to Mark 2. Alright, let's go back. It says it costs 3 deaths, but I don't know, there doesn't really seem to be much of a penalty. I don't know what these deaths it's referring to, or... Alright, let's not look through the telescope.
Trixie ignores the telescope and pushes open the observatory's door, entering out into the cold night air. The solid stone roof stretches on, and at the other end, a vast, impressive structure protruding from the front of the mansion's roof sits awaiting her. She approaches the structure, minding her steps around the statues along the roof's edge.
Yes, I know this image is incorrect, however, since the source has never updated the image with the correct one, and there is nothing I can do So I guess this page got updated at some point, but they didn't update it. So Trixie ignores the telescope and pushes open the observatory door, entering out in the cold night air. So she's outside now. The solid stone roof stretches on at the other end. A vast, impressive structure protruding from the front of the mansion roof sits away here. She approaches the structure, minding her steps around the statues along the roof edge. So she's not in a library, but... Okay, we don't have our only options to continue, so let's do that.
Entering into a library, Trixie is taken aback at the sheer
there we go.
size
So
of the
they
room.
added another page. Basically.
Trixie doesn't find it out of the question that every type of magic might be covered in this collection, and also possibly might contain every spell within each category. A twinge of greed races the corner of her mouth as her heart flutters at her next thought. There might even be enough knowledge here to outdo Twilight Sparkle herself. Common sense doesn't yet escape Trixie, as she dares not to remove or even touch any of the books on the shelves, but that doesn't matter, as she spies on one of the many opulent desks an open book, laying there waiting for some pony to read it. Will you read the book, or continue to the end of the library?
Yeah, that has trap written all over it. I'm gonna ignore the
Trixie
book.
canters across the library, looking out through the enormous glass windows between each bookcase, and overlooks the front of the mansion. She notices that it has begun to rain, droplets resting on each of the transparent panels. At the very end of the room, a large door guarded by two knight statues sits in a thick stone frame. A sense of dread overcomes Trixie as she stares at it, but swallows the feeling and plucks the courage to approach. The door proves resilient as she tries to open it, but with the aid of her magic it gives way, and she enters into a large, dark hallway.
Okay, so our only option is continue.
A large marble arch at the other end with a larger door firmly planted within it awaits. Approaching it, Trixie extends a leg to knock, trembling. Before her hoof can make its contact, however, something begins to happen.
This is my room.
The crushing darkness of the hallway begins to intensify as Trixie stands petrified. The door cracks open before her, shifting like a solid brick wall, and swings out to reveal to her the decrepit ruins of a once great throne room. Sitting on the ripped red carpet of the regal chair, a withered husk of a pony, blackened, crumbling into itself, clings to its meager existence.
I need somebody like you. Forget what little you had. Your pathetic life. You can have so much more.
Will you stay, or turn tail and run?
Curiosity's gonna get the better of me. I'm gonna stay. I'm probably gonna die, but we can always go back.
Choosing to stay, Trixie stays put as the shadow welcomes her into its embrace, sinking the mare into oblivion. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Game over.
Of course they use the majora's mask line. Alright, let's go back and run.
Of course Trixie wouldn't stay. Good choice. Trixie immediately and speeds away back through the arch, galloping frantically down the hallway. Something akin to a deep, resounding dragon roar explodes throughout the mansion as the entity is displeased with Trixie's decision. Hot on her
I
hooves,
figured that would
writhing
happen.
masses of tentacles and tendrils rip through the stones and wooden beams as they give chase to Trixie. Closing in, a tentacle unfurls and lashes ahead of its companions, smacking Trixie square in the face. She keeps her footing and manages to continue her gallop, speeding away faster than before somehow. As her escape seems secure, she glances back to see the cause of her newfound speed. Almost all of her collected bits scattering across the floor.
All four of them.
Swallowed into the growing puddles of shadow that still follow. You lose 25 bits.
Oh, I had 25? Oh. Well, no, I didn't have 25. That's just how the max you can lose. But I didn't have that many. So,
As
continue.
Trixie nears the end of the
Oh,
hallway,
there's those
two
knights again.
statues that once stood as its guards have been brought back to life before her and try to prevent her escape.
Oh boy.
As Trixie runs by, there is a bright flash of crystalline light, the statues reeling back to scream as they slow to a complete stop, solidifying once again.
So they're not friendly with it either. They
Exploding
were
into the
guarding it,
library,
probably.
Trixie has already
Keep it
fled
out.
half of
You
it
know,
as
keep
the
it
monster
in.
chasing now begins to ruin the rest of
Prisoners.
its beautiful home. Shelves and books scatter throughout the room as it plows after Trixie, chasing her into the roof, into the observatory tower, and down the stairs. Do you descend the stairs, or enter the second floor?
I'm gonna think it's probably gonna keep descending, and see if we can sort of lose it on the second floor.
Making a fast decision, Trixie barrels through the door into the second floor, and rampages into the door ahead, making a vague beeline for the stairs at the front of the house. The statue in the first room has no time to react to Trixie's bungling through, being ravaged by the chasing darkness. Straight ahead in the second room, Trixie slips and slides across toys and fabric, only just avoiding tendrils and arms bursting out of the floorboards.
Ugh.
As she traverses the next hallway, a larger, thicker tentacle sprouts out of the stone floor at the end and rips through it towards her. Luck provides. Her movements successfully evade all but one of the dark lashes lining the swollen arm, snatching at her as she falls through the collapsing corridor. The strands whip out bits, sprinkling them into the air.
Oh, we're gonna
She hits
get
the
bits?
bottom floor with a hard thud, sprinting away without time to collect her lost coins. You lose 10 bits.
Oh no, 10 bits that I didn't have.
With tentacles of darkness hot on her hooves, Trixie jumps into the central room and bars the door with her body as they pound furiously. Her horn glows as she does her best to fortify the door, too tired to physically carry on with even a brief respite, and she hopes it is enough to hold. The banging ceases completely all of a sudden. However, Trixie doesn't buy the calm for a moment, and keeps herself against the door, teeth clenched. The shadow has indeed halted its relentless assault, aware that Trixie is entirely capable of outrunning it, and so decides to try a new
missed an
approach.
eye.
Still pinned back, Trixie frowns, waiting for the door to explode about her when a bubbling puddle of black goo fountains up from the center of the floor in front of her. She watches it intently, as a blue-haired, lavender unicorn is strung out from the seething mass, held by a web of sedate black tar. Twilight lays with her eyes closed tightly, shaking on the spot as she mumbles quietly to herself.
Trixie, please, save me.
Will you save Twilight?
Will I? I don't know. I think I saved her last time. Let's leave her.
Sensing an obvious trap, Trixie stands back and turns her head, taking care not
obvious
to catch the fake Twilight's teary gaze. Steeling herself, Trixie refuses to make eye contact as she gallops around and past the shadowy mess, all the while the Twilight in the black web thrashing about with muffled wails, begging for help. Trixie isn't stupid though, and is able to see through as clear a deception as that. Effortlessly, she trots through the calm foyer, out through the front door and down the paved path. Trixie waits until she's a good distance away before stopping to smirk back at the house, content with herself for outsmarting the monster. A quick chill ripples down her spine as the sound of a distant pony crying out for mercy resounds all around, the trees of the forest joining in with the sad moans and whines. Come to think of it, it might not have hurt to give the Twilight a chance. Trixie had already proven she could outrun the shadow, and the exit was right there. Maybe she should have too, because a certain lavender unicorn did in fact wander foolishly in a certain evil mansion and get trapped there. As the thought crosses Trixie's mind, she turns to see dark vines lassoing the front door, the windows, and finally the entire building. Oh well, at least Trixie got out.
Well, we didn't get our cap.
Kinda.
We didn't get our cap and gown though, and it was a kind of victory. So I think I'm gonna end the video there, but we'll keep going. We'll do another video. For now, I make Dash. Trixie. I'm making Trixie, and I'm out.
Congratulations!
Oh, never mind.
I really hope you had
got
fun
a score.
playing. Take a moment to use the scorecard to find out how you did. Share with your friends if you like, and feel free to play and post a score again. Did you get Trixie's hat and cape back?
I did not get Trixie's hat and cape. So I guess I got one game over, was minus 10 points. I guess it's 22. See, let's make this go away. I can't. I guess is 22 my final score. Or is it negative 200? I can't tell what my score is. See, I get 20 points here. I think I just got 22 points. I think I had like 2 bits or something. Alright, well, I did pretty poor on that time. Well, if I play again, okay, I can play again. But, I'm not going to right now. I'm gonna end the video, and, we'll see about, another try later. For now, I'm out, though.